The KUWTK star is standing by her man during his hospitalization, and according to sources close to the scene, it sounds like she hasn't left Kanye West's side since he was hospitalized earlier this week. As we saw yesterday, the entire Kardashian family enjoyed Thanksgiving dinner at Kylie Jenner's house, and while the rest of the fam was there and enjoying life, Kim only made a brief appearance before heading back to the hospital to be with Kanye. Kim is indeed with him and will be by his side for a while. She plans on going to eat with her family later and the kids. Northern Street, West, just think their dad is away now. Kanye wants to get better, so that's a big part in this healing process. Kim is overwhelmed but is doing the best she can. No kidding. Ultimately, it all comes down to recovery for Kanye now, who spread himself too thin and paid the price with his mental and physical health. Doctors have taken away his computer and phone while in the hospital, and he's said to be recovering very well, with much thanks to Kim in staying by his side. Kanye is trying to get better, but he has not been released yet because he and the doctors feel he needs more time to recover. He is actually doing really well. Kim is by his side now and will stand there till everything gets better. Their time together was just about support. Kanye will be okay. He has a good set of doctors, and the main thing is he wants to get through this. Here's hoping that Kim's presence will continue to raise his spirits and ultimately help get him out of the hospital as soon as possible, feeling healthy and like new. Apparently, Kim Kardashian West sunk $10 million of her own money into a home renovation her and Kanye West have been undertaking, and the cute star is not happy about it. TTL Entertainment is reporting that, in addition to all the controversy and turmoil surrounding Kanye right now, the couple still hasn't spent a single night in the home they bought more than 2 years ago for their family. At the source of all the tension, Kanye's inability to make a decision. Reportedly, the rapper would order an expensive design change, see it completed, and decide it wasn't what he wanted after all, and would demand the contractors pull it out and do things a different way. All that has added up on Kim, who has now sunk 8 figures into this home that, again, hasn't been lived in for even a single night since the couple purchased it years ago. TTL Entertainment claims that all this centers on a previously unreleased clip from the final taping of Khloe Kardashian's talk show back in April, that somehow was leaked recently. Related, John Legend speaks out about Kanye's hospitalization. There is quite a bit of tension between Kim and Kanye because of this remodel, and other things, so it sounds like a difficult Thanksgiving season. $10 million is a lot of money. Prayers for Kanye West. The rapper's problems are far deeper than just simply being related to sleep deprivation or dehydration, according to TTL Entertainment, and because of all this, that means he may find himself in the hospital at least through the end of the week. His family wanted him home for Thanksgiving yesterday, but doctors at UCLA Medical Center in LA have cautioned from the start that it'd probably be wiser to keep him in the hospital and under their care for some time. And it appears that's exactly what's going to happen. Plus, with problems deeper than just the sleep deprivation and dehydration so often cited, West may actually need more significant medical and psychological care to get right again. A source is also reporting that Kanye's psychological problems are so concerning, his insurance policy is set to kick in, and it will almost certainly cover the losses for the 21 concerts he's cancelled. In other words, this is a big deal, and far more than just a hiccup. We hope the best for Kanye during a tough time, especially considering it's the holiday season and a hard time to go through struggles like this. Please subscribe TTL Entertainment channel to update the latest news about celebrities and the other hot news.
The Los Angeles Police Department visited Kanye West as part of a disturbance call Monday, according to law enforcement sources, a day after the rapper abruptly canceled the rest of his tour. The sources, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, did not provide details about the incident but confirmed that police were called about 1:20 p.m. The case turned into a medical emergency and was handed off from the LAPD to the Los Angeles Fire Department, the sources said. West agreed to seek medical treatment, a law enforcement source said. An LAFD spokesman said that paramedics and police responded to an address in Beverly Grove just south of West Hollywood after a 911 call was made from the location. Paramedics eventually took a medically stable man to the hospital for further assessment, said Brian Humphrey, a spokesman for the department. Humphrey said he was bound by privacy laws from disclosing the man's identity. The incident comes at a turbulent period for West, who walked off the stage 3 songs into his Saturday night concert in Sacramento and canceled Sundays at the Forum 3 hours before showtime. On Saturday, West ranted about a few longtime friends and acquaintances, including Jay-Z, Beyoncé and Facebook chief executive Mark Zuckerberg. Please subscribe TTL Entertainment channel to update the latest news about celebrities and the other hot news. I've been sent here to give y'all my truth, even at the risk of my own life, West said on Saturday night. At the risk of my own success, I'll give y'all the truth. Jay-Z, call me. You still ain't called me. Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man. On Thursday during his concert in San Jose, West editorialized about racism and the Black Lives Matter movement before praising President-elect Donald Trump. West has indicated that he may run for president in 2020. Please subscribe TTL Entertainment channel to update the latest news about celebrities and the other hot news.
Last night, Selena Gomez won her very first American Music Award for Favorite Pop Rock Female, and she also seemed to win over her fans and the audience with this acceptance speech. Watch.
I had to stop, because I had everything, and I was absolutely broken inside. I have to say thank you so much to my fans, because you guys are so damn loyal, and I don't know what I did to deserve you. But if you are broken, you do not have to stay broken. And if that's anything, whether you respect me or not, that's one thing you should know about me, is I care about people, and thank you so much for this. This is for you. Thank you.
Wow. Oh, so touching. It was a big night for Selena. I mean, she was out of the spotlight for a minute. Obviously, she was taking care of herself.
Yeah.
Do you think she's back for good?
I do. I think, honestly, to get up on stage like that and to be so vulnerable and to talk like that is so encouraging for a lot of people. Even hearing her say that, just how, we knew that she was having some problems.
Yeah.
She's obviously been in the public eye for a very long time. We've watched her through her personal life more so than even her professional life, and her relationship with Justin Bieber and the ups and downs of that. And her being up there and just being vulnerable like that, It was lovely to see her seeming and looking healthy and being able to talk like that and be honest.
And speaking of looking healthy, I mean, she continued in the speech, I don't want to see your bodies on Instagram, I want to see what's in here. So I feel like for young girls to be able to hear this from someone they've idolized for so long, it's such a big message. Ken, what do you think of the speech?
I was really happy to hear her. It was like a different person in a way, or not a different person, it was like a kind of 2.0 next generation kind of Selena software download. She got the upgrade. She got the upgrade on the App Store. And that shows that going away and taking care of yourself can really do wonders. And she obviously did a lot of healing. And what I really thought of, because I know I'm obsessed with Bieber and Selena, of course,
you love Bieber.
When I saw her talking that way, I realized, oh, they're done.
It was a long, hard-fought battle, but Selena Gomez showed up and won the night at the 2016 American Music Awards. The actress and pop star and social media tastemaker, fashionista, paparazzi magnate, etc., made her first public appearance in 2.5 months Sunday after a self-imposed break from the spotlight. And what she said on stage indicated that no longer will she be content to be your average pop princess. Thanks to social media, In the last couple of years, we've seen an increase in just how frank some celebrities are willing to get about their own struggles, their honesty alternately celebrated or chewed up and spit out, depending on who's lurking online at any given time. No admission is without its backlash, as the likes of Demi Lovato, Justin Bieber, the members of Fifth Harmony and other young stars who have an intense give and take with their fans have realized. But it was impossible to not appreciate what Selena Gomez had to offer last night in her brief but brutally honest speech at the AMAs, because she spoke not only her truth but the truth. Look elsewhere if you want to be BS'd into thinking the abyss isn't real and lurking dangerously close to some of the most visible people on the planet. In 2014, this stage was actually the first time that I was authentically 100% honest with all of you, Gomez began, referring to her gut punch of a performance of The Heart Wants What It Wants, a thinly veiled ode to her seemingly never-ending breakup with Justin Bieber, who performed remotely last night from Italy. So he couldn't be in the seat to watch his exes win for favorite pop-rock female artist. She continued, "I think it's safe to say most of you know my life whether I liked it or not. And I had to stop. Because I had everything, and I was absolutely broken inside. I kept it all together enough to where I would never let you down, but I kept it too much together to where I let myself down. I don't want to see your bodies on Instagram. I want to see what's in here." She patted her heart. "I'm not trying to get validation, nor do I need it anymore. All I can say is I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to be able to share what I love every day with people that I love. And I have to say thank you so much to my fans. Because you guys are so damn loyal, and I don't know what I did to deserve you. But if you are broken, you do not have to stay broken. And if that's anything, whether you respect me or not, that's one thing you should know about me is, I care about people. And thank you so much for this is for you." And with that, Selena ascended to the ranks of the Demas and Lady Gagas of the world, who have made their pain available to their fans, like, really. And not just via catchy song lyrics, by not insisting that everything's okay after a glossed-over hiccup. Broken is a strong word, and to admit to that in front of millions of people, even if it's an after-the-fact admission, it takes guts. So much about celebrity is branding. There are too many celebs and too many ways to become famous nowadays to allow for everyone to be judged by talent alone, and it can be a risk to add emotionally vulnerable to the overall perception of one's persona. But being able and willing to show that vulnerability can also be endearing to fans. A way to further connect with them in a world where it's increasingly difficult to form meaningful connections, and yet easier at the same time, if that makes any sense. Two people can meet at any given time despite being physically across the world from each other, and yet who knows how meaningful any communication truly is when it never gets to transcend the confines of the internet. An accidental benefit of the glut of online communication, however, is that people are more skeptical than ever, which makes it harder for celebs to get away with being phony if they choose to put themselves out there. If a celebrity has a social media presence, it can be difficult to switch seamlessly from levity to self-promotion to seriousness and back around again, and there's always a faction chomping at the bit to remind others, anyone, really, let alone famous people, to stay in their lane. And we've realized, especially this past calendar year, in 2016, that there is no star whose pedestal is too high, who's untouchable by the unprecedentedly high yet oxymoronically low standards of today. So while Gomez could have had every career motivation to not punctuate her comeback appearance with remarkable candor but instead wait for a magazine spread or perhaps even a TV interview to shed some light on what she'd been dealing with, she instead took the temperature of the room and savvily discerned it was her fans who owed the honesty. We know Selena's issues didn't pop up overnight. almost 3 years before making the decision in August to take time off to focus on her emotional health, particularly anxiety and panic attacks associated with her ongoing battle with lupus, an autoimmune disease that causes the body's immune system to attack healthy tissue. She cancelled some tour dates in Australia to focus on her health. No real explanation was given at the time, but Gomez's battle had just begun. She had to undergo chemotherapy as part of her lupus treatment, and she ended up in treatment in 2014 to deal with the onslaught of emotional trauma. All the while, she stayed vague about what was wrong. The 23-year-old not only removed a weight from her shoulders by opening up in 2015, she did the world a service last year when she confirmed that she was indeed battling lupus, prompting a conversation about the condition, what it entails, its side effects and other pertinent information. Lady Gaga, whose Aunt Joanne, her new album's namesake, died of lupus and who has tested borderline positive for the disease herself, watched Gomez's speech last night with tears in her eyes. Moreover, throughout her ordeal, physical ailments aside, the former Disney Channel star had already become a topic of endless fascination stemming from her relationship with Bieber, which first ended in 2012, but history has seemingly repeated itself a dozen times since then. Some of her music signaled the aftermath of a breakup, but really almost every pop star has a pertinent tune for any post-split playlist, whether they're singing about a real experience or not. Yet Gomez could never, regardless of what she sang, and with whom, never managed to fully extricate herself in the public eye from the Yelena days. Outside her circle of devoted fans, her overall image was often that of a side effect of Bieber fever. Getting tangled up once again with Bieber, who has also been experiencing his own growing pains this year as he tries to bargain with a fan base that has always enjoyed a certain level of access to his private life. On Instagram, when she lightly chided him for clapping back at his fans, seemed to be what broke her already fragile handle on her well-being. 2 weeks later, she was done. After releasing a statement to clarify that she was experiencing panic, anxiety and depression related to her lupus battle, she checked into a treatment center in Tennessee for her emotional well-being. There were some local sightings of the "hands to myself" singer during her stay, but for the most part she was off the mainstream grid, social media included. She has yet to return to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter or any other platform. By using such painfully relatable terms to describe her experience when she spoke up last night, Gomez showed both vulnerability and unqualified strength. She admitted she had run herself ragged, not just physically but mentally, and letting herself get to such an unhealthy place benefited exactly no one in the end. Her message was one of thanks, hope and hard-fought wisdom. Touching in its simplicity, her subtly defiant tone in quietly declaring that she no longer needs validation from anyone other than herself was also most encouraging. At only 23, it's unlikely that this is the last hurdle Gomez is going to have to clear, the last time a few storm clouds are going to block out the light. But by sharing such an intimate sentiment at the AMAs, an award show where the honors are doled out according to the whims of the public and where Gomez let the world see that everything wasn't okay 2 years ago, Selena's assured her fans that, no matter what happens, they're all on a journey together. And while it was lovely to see her back in the celebratory mix last night, here's hoping that she doesn't feel compelled to re-enter the fray too fast, that she continues to come back as she sees fit. We have a feeling her fans will understand.
Please subscribe TTL Entertainment channel to update the latest news about celebrities and the other hot news.